Shantae, and welcome back to my channel, Shake It Up with Shantae. If you've been here before, welcome back, and thank you as always. If you're new to my channel and this is your first time tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, and I hope you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my homemade macaroni and cheese from scratch. It's a very easy peasy, inexpensive recipe, and I'll be showing you guys how I make mine my way today. So without further ado, let's shake something up. Alright y'all, so what we'll be using today is I have a couple of eggs, a little bit of flour, some milk, some cooking spray. I have some butter, of course, some sour cream. I have my elbow macaroni noodles. I'll be using a little bit of salt, pepper, parsley, garlic powder, and a little bit of hickory bacon seasoning. This is to give you that bacon season without the actual bacon. I'm also going to be using 3 different types of cheese. I have a Monterey, I have a Colby, and I have a sharp cheddar. This is the old school cheddar that your grandma used to use back in the day, that hoop cheese with the red rind. This is that cheddar right here, that sharp cheddar. If they don't really sell it in stores as often. I've never seen it at Kroger, or I've never seen it at Publix. I only see it in my local little grocery store. So this is some very good cheese. It's some hoop cheese with the red rind on the cover of it, and it's sharp cheddar. So those are the cheeses that I will be using today. So first, let me get my water boiling, which I already have here. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in it. And I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in it. I won't be making a lot, just a little small pan, just a little bit of oil, just so my noodles won't stick. People say don't put oil in it because the noodles need to stick. They say the cheese needs to stick to the noodles. Never been a fan of that way. So I do it like this. My cheese always still stick to the noodles. Nothing serious about that. So I'm going to use about a cup and a half of these elbows because I don't want to make a lot. Who's going to eat it all? I always say that. So I'm going to just stir this so it can cook. Then I'm going to let that cook down just a bit. Alright you guys, while my noodles are boiling, my macaroni boiling, I'm going to take some butter. I already have my pan on. I'm going to put a whole stick of butter. This is the key to macaroni and cheese too. You got to use butter. This is the kind of butter that I'm using. It's a Land O'Lakes extra creamy butter. It's a European style unsalted 82% butter fat. This is some good butter. If you have not tried this butter before, you think the regular Land O'Lakes is good, this is excellent. Will be excellent for this macaroni and cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna melt this a little bit while my macaroni noodles is boiling. I have them on low, so they should be done in a second because you don't want them all the way mushy done. You just want them a little firm, not hard, but just a little firm because they have to cook in the oven. This is a quick process. I'm making here my cream sauce, and this is going to be a roux that you start out with your butter and some flour. To this butter, I will be putting in 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to let this melt all the way. This butter smells good. I mean, this butter smells so good. And it's just butter. Amazing. Alright, now that my butter has melted all the way, I'm gonna take about 2 tablespoons of flour. And it's just a regular flour. Well, I always buy self-rising flour. So this is self-rising flour, but if you use plain flour, that's okay as well. So once I get that little flour incorporated in there, it thickened it a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more flour, and it doesn't have to be super thick. This is how I like to do mine, just like this, whole stick of butter. Okay, and to this I will be adding cup of milk. Ooh, it's regular milk. It's about a cup. Now, if you want to use some canned milk, you can, but this is regular whole milk that I'm using. Gonna put a little bit more milk. I'm gonna let that cook a little bit. A little bit more milk. This was a cup and a half of milk, by the way. You may not need as much because depending on how much macaroni you're making, or you may need a little bit more depending on how much you're making. So I've taken the little bit of milk that was left, and let me tell you how much it is. It's a third of a cup. This was left out of my cup and a half. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. Let me keep stirring this. See, it's thickening up. And I'm just gonna sit that to the side because I'm gonna add my eggs to that. Now to this, I'm gonna add a handful of this cheddar. This is my milk mixture. I'm gonna add that in there. I'm gonna add a handful of this mozzarella. And I'm gonna add a handful of COLBY. All right. Gonna mix this in here. Get this all mixed in here together. Y'all see that cheese sauce? I hadn't put any seasonings in here yet. Any seasoning. That's just my cheese sauce. And I still have it on low. Easy macaroni and cheese recipe. Very easy. Have it on low. Okay. Want to make sure you get it all mixed in there very, very good. Right, so I'm gonna strain my macaroni and cheese real quick and I'll be right back because it's done. All right, y'all, so my macaroni here is done. I already strained it and everything. So now I'm gonna add my cheese sauce. Get all of that out of there. Add my cheese sauce. Okay. I'm gonna stir this in really, really good. Look at that. Okay. So now I'm gonna put my seasonings. This is the hickory bacon seasoning. It has salt in it, so just be careful if you use this. It does have salt, but it also has that bacony taste. I'm gonna add some garlic. You can never put too much garlic. I'm gonna add some black pepper. If you want to use white pepper, you can, but I like to see my pepper. I'm gonna add, of course, some parsley flakes. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Not a lot of salt, just a little bit, because the cheese is salty and the other stuff is salty. So I'm gonna mix this in. Okay. Once I do that, I am going to, ooh, I smell that bacon season. I smell it. Also, I use that seasoning a lot of times, and you can also taste the bacon in that seasoning. You can taste it. So now I'm gonna take my 1/3 cup of milk that's left, along with 2 eggs. I'm gonna put my egg in here because I don't want to add my egg directly because I don't want it to scramble. So I'm adding it to this milk. I'm gonna mix that. Let me grab a fork. I'm gonna mix this, whip this egg and this milk together. Mix it till it mixes very, very well. And I only put like a teaspoon of flour in this 1/3 cup of milk. So you just want to put just a little bit. Put that. Okay. Now that that's mixed very well, I'm going to add that to my macaroni and cheese. Very slowly. Let me grab a wooden spoon. I like to use a wooden spoon. Grab my wooden spoon. So I'm mixing this in, just like so. And I already have my oven preheating on 350. Now that's mixed in there. Looks so good and creamy. Looks so good. So now I'm gonna add my 2 tablespoons of sour cream. That's about 2 tablespoons. Don't put too much sour cream. This is just to give it that little kick. A little sour cream, give it that little kick. So now that this is about done, I'm gonna take the remainder of my Monterey and add it in here. That's it. That's all it needs. Okay. And then I'm gonna get ready to pan this. So I'm going to spray my pan down with a little canola oil cooking spray. Spray that, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour my mac and cheese over in this casserole dish, just like so, the perfect amount because I didn't want to make too much. All right, and then I'm going to top this with the remaining of this cheddar, the Colby, and a little bit of the mozzarella. I'm gonna top it. Get all of that cheese in there. I have my oven preset already on 350 and I know it's hot already. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the oven. We'll give that about 35 minutes and we'll be right back. All right, y'all, so my macaroni and cheese is done. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at my macaroni and cheese. Look at that. Look at that bubbly goodness right there. Easy peasy, simple macaroni and cheese. Wasn't expensive at all. I used very fine ingredients. I didn't break the bank on this macaroni and cheese. It's your ultimate easy peasy macaroni and cheese. You guys have got to try this. And I can't wait for it to cool down so I can try it. Look at the crispiness from the butter. Look at that. Look at that. It's still bubbling in the center. Oh my goodness. This is the macaroni and cheese. Let me get ready and put me some on a plate because I just have to taste this for you all. All right, y'all, so my macaroni and cheese has cooled down a bit. You see, I couldn't wait. I think I let this cool down maybe about, maybe 10 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and plate me some, y'all. Look at this macaroni and cheese. Look at this cheesy mac and cheese. Look how creamy it looks. Let me get me a little bit more because I'm gonna eat this. I got me some fried chicken in the oven, you guys. I am going to eat this. I smell that bacon and season. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at it, it's still a little hot, y'all. I just let it cool down enough for it to stop bubbling so I can taste this. I couldn't wait. Look how cheesy it is. It's so creamy. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. Woo! This macaroni and cheese right here, y'all just don't even know. I taste the butter. I taste that smoking and baking seasoning that I use. Oh God, it smells. It tastes like it has bacon in it. Like I actually put bacon in here. Oh my goodness. The perfect seasoning. Oh my goodness. This macaroni and cheese. Woo! Lord have mercy. I want to eat this crispy part right here, the crust that baked on the edge. You know, the edge of the macaroni and cheese, the edges of it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I tell y'all, y'all ain't had no macaroni and cheese. Try this. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. This is amazing. Best macaroni and cheese I've ever eaten. You guys, that butter that I use, the Land O'Lakes extra creamy butter, some very good butter. You can use your regular Land O'Lakes if you like, but that butter right there, it is very, very good to use for macaroni and cheese. It's a little bit on the expensive side. I want to say it's like $6 for the 4 sticks, but it still is awesome and it's worth every bit of it. I use the cheeses that I use. I only use 3. You don't have to use the 5 to 6 different kinds of cheeses to make you a great macaroni and cheese. The key to your macaroni and cheese is if you like it or not. That's the key to your macaroni and cheese. You don't have to eat it if your family love it. You know, you can put any kind of cheese you want, and all of this stuff is substitutable. I use regular whole milk. If you want to use the carnation milk, you can. If you want to put crab meat in your macaroni and cheese, you can, but I'm just showing you the way that I make my macaroni and cheese. A lot of people I know make theirs different, but this is the way Shake It Up with Shantae make hers, and it is the bomb. When I tell you this macaroni and cheese is the bomb, please try it, and if you do, let me know. I'll greatly appreciate it. Leave it in the comment section because I will read your comments like I do all of them, and I always respond. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with Shaking Up with Shantae today. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so every time I upload one of these easy peasy recipes, inexpensive I might add, you'll be notified. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, I'll see you in another video. Bye.